everybody. Welcome back to TravelScope on this hashtag Travel Tuesday. I'm Davy Sutton at Davy Sutton on social media with my co-host Lori MacBrown at Lori MacBrown. Hi, how are you?
Fabulous. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm pretty awesome because of our special guest today, who I absolutely love. And if you see her little shiny face, you love her too. It's Kach from Two Monkeys Travel. Hi, Kach. How are you?
Hello. Thank you, Davy. Good morning. Vegas.
I know. So you're from Vegas. So it's not too early, 9 a.m. So we didn't do it like a 9 a.m. Eastern, which would have been 6 a.m. for you.
That's like bedtime in Vegas, isn't it?
Yeah, but I put it in my planner, so I have to wake up early.
Good. So what we do, Kach, is before we do we'll do your introductions, but first we like to talk about where we've been or where we're going really quickly. That's how we do our talk chat. And then we'll start with you, our featured guest, and we'll get to your flower crown later on because we always have to address the elephant that's in the room, which is the flower crown. But it's so beautiful. You don't have your bindi though.
I have bindi because I just woke up, so I have to choose one.
Choose one. Okay, so where are you now?
We just arrived in Las Vegas last night, actually, and then we'll be here until Friday before we go back to California. So we'll be in Vegas to do some crazy stuff and maybe get married with Elvis.
No, wait, you're not supposed to get married till December, right? But you may move it up in Vegas, huh?
Yeah, we're surprising the family. I'm not sure if they're watching. I have to check if they're watching.
You know, Lori, that's a kind of a thing that since I've met Kach for maybe less than a month now. I absolutely love her because their wedding date and wedding plans move all the time. People literally wake up and say, you know what? We're getting married in Galapagos Islands. And then the next day it's a pub in the UK. We'll talk about that a little later because we're going to talk about Kach's love story and how she met love as a traveler. But I mean, that I'm not surprised if she would get married with Elvis and then just call it a day.
Yeah, that would happen.
Okay, so Lori, tell me where you've been.
Well, we just got back from camping at Stone Mountain, which wasn't exactly on my radar, but we were trying to do kind of a bucket list thing to do the sunrise Easter service on top of Stone Mountain. But the weather didn't quite play to our advantage. It was raining on Saturday. It was supposed to be torrential between 6 and 8 a.m. that morning, and the clouds were hovered in, so we slept in. But but that's okay. Man. You got to roll with it sometimes, huh, Kach?
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So for me, last week it wasn't that big of a trip. I was in Phoenix, Arizona for 2 days, but the next thing that's coming up for me is I'm really excited because it's one of my favorite places on earth. Is I'm going to Hawaii, I think on Sunday. Until the next Sunday, and I'm so happy because Hawaii is really one of my most favorite places, and I haven't been there in 5 years. So that's where I'm headed off to. For some adventure in nature and maybe a spa treatment, Oh yeah, I have a flower crown, so I will wear that. But I have to leave room for all the flowers that they give me too, and I can't wait, you guys, to eat the pineapple. Like, have you had Hawaiian pineapple?
I think imported one, but not in Hawaii.
It's so different. It's the Dole factory is actually there, where we get our American pineapple. It tastes nothing like. I'm like, what happens in the transport from here to like California or somewhere else? It's so crazy. But anyways, I love our guest Kach from Two Monkeys Travel, and I think Lori, we should just start off telling people where Kach is from. So Kach, tell us, where are you from and how you started to get into travel as a full-time traveler?
Okay. My English is not yet good this morning, so I'm still warming up.
So are we. Don't worry about it. It's noon and I'm just warming up. You're good.
So, Davey knows that. We're together in Israel, so okay, my English is not good, but just understand, okay? My white man. So anyway, I'm Kach. My real name is Katrina, but when I started traveling, I created a new nickname, and I prefer that one, so I call myself Catch. myself Catch.
But catch you if you can.
Catch me if you can. So it's like catching a fish, so people can easily remember that one. And I'm from the Philippines originally, and I actually moved to the Middle East. I worked in Kuwait and Iraq for 4 years before traveling full time in 2013. And I was initially planning to travel for 6 months in Southeast Asia, then go to South America. But when I started the trip, I met Jonathan. He was also a backpacker. He quit his job in the UK. And like we've met in May 15 and we became officially as a couple in July. We're like, so what's your plan in life? And he was like, I don't have plans. I don't have either. Let's join forces and let's have plans together. And we've never separated since then, and we're engaged. And now still confused when we're going to get married. But maybe we're going to get married in Vegas tomorrow and then get married in the UK this July. And another wedding in December. I don't know.
And she's so cute, Lori, because she was like, she's when they started traveling, I think you guys had a different business, but moved into, and I'll get into that, but they moved into being full-time bloggers. And so, that business of like, well, maybe I can get my wedding sponsored and my dress sponsored and the destination sponsored and the hotel sponsored. She was like, let's go for a sponsored wedding.
There's a true travel blogger right there.
We're cool with that. Like, we're talking with one of our friends and we're like, okay, let's just have a TV show. And actually there's a TV show in the UK. There's like, Jonathan, let's do it. And they're going to give us £14,000. You don't have to get a big wedding. Just buy me an expensive ring. That's it.
Priorities.
Yeah. Just expensive ring. And then we'll just do another wedding. But yeah, before travel blogging, we're actually new travel bloggers. We've been traveling the world since 2013, and then we started blogging after a year of traveling. And before that, we sustain our travels. Like, we teach English. Like, even though my English is not perfect, but if you have lesson plan, it's like if my student will ask me question aside from that, I was like, no, we'll only talk about this. I haven't studied that one, just this one. So, we're teaching English in Asia, in Vietnam, and Peru, and then we started our massage business. That's actually one of our main sources of income before. Was like, we're doing a Ayurveda massage, and people were like asking us like, hey, why not write about how you can become massage therapist and how you can become yoga teacher and how you can teach English? And we're like, yeah, okay, let's start writing about it. And then people are like, oh, maybe you can just become blogger, like just do blogging, because it's time consuming, it's hard work. So like we stopped doing the massage and we focus mostly on blogging, and now we're full time. We only do massages for both of us, but like it's so hard. If you do massage and he won't pay, it's like, oh, I want to get paid.
I was going to ask, if you're both doing massages, then like, do you actually get one from each other if that's your job?
No. Like, if you don't get motivated if he won't pay you, but it's quite it's quite weird. Like, okay, I'm gonna give you a massage and pay me. You know what I mean? Maybe.
When you first started traveling, what did your family think? Because you were already out of the country when you said, "Hey, I'm going to quit the job." But when you moved to Kuwait, it was a good job.
Yeah, I started working for a healthcare company, and then I worked there for 3 years, and I was like, I was very ambitious with the career. Like, I was doing quality assurance and HSE, and then I moved to an oil sector and where the pay was really good. And they're like, okay, you're 24 years old, you're Filipina, and you're working in the Middle East with a good job like this and that, and then you're quitting. Are you crazy? It's like, and they're like, okay, you're just having quarter life crisis. Maybe you just need 3 months. And I was like, okay. And then I met Jonathan, and my family has divided. It is divided because the mentality in the Philippines that if you are dating a white man, it's like you're being saved from the farm, something like that. So you wanted to have a better life, so and then you're like, okay, what will my friends will think? You're dating another white man, and like that thinking. But eventually, like they love it. They're accepting the fact that this is our life now, and blogging is our full-time job. At the beginning, they were like, "What are you guys doing?"
Right. I mean, I guess it's like, as long as you don't ask them for money, they're okay, right?
They won't give me any though.
I think you talked to that we talked about this on our trip, but you still, even though your family's okay with you dating your white man, as you call him, he's a lovely white monkey, as she calls him. He is he asleep right now? Is that where he is?
He's here. Do you want to say hello?
He's peeking. Hi, Jonathan. Yeah. But anyways, you still get some you still get some backlash on social media, though. Some people in the Philippines still kind of look at you. Oh, look at Jonathan! Hi, Jonathan.
That's the cutest little white monkey ever.
Good morning. Hi.
Hey, from Vegas.
We're gonna get right?
Elvis wedding.
I'm saving you money. It's good.
And you can live broadcast it.
We're planning to do that.
We can have a wedding right
now. All we need is somebody in the chat room to be a minister.
Yeah. No, we need a little bit of preparation.
Okay, the robots have invaded us.
I can see you guys.
Okay. All right, I think that's worked itself out. Let's rewind a little bit on how you actually found love while traveling. Like, when you were started traveling a little bit before you met Jonathan, did you date while you were traveling before, or how does that whole thing work?
No, I was traveling with my younger siblings because they've never been outside of the Philippines. So it was like, okay, because I was earning decent money in the Middle East. I work in Iraq, so you have hazard pay and there's a lot of different pays. So you'll just be alive, and and then I kept it in cash, like I was saving, and I was like, no one will kidnap me. I'm brown. They prefer white people. So anyway. Anyway, I was able to save a good, decent amount of money that time. And I told my siblings, like, you have passport and you can travel with me, and we'll travel in Thailand, Laos, Vietnam together. And you're going to be your first time abroad. And I've met Jonathan because I almost died that day in Luang Prabang, Laos. Like there's a backpacker's path. You're going to go to Thailand, to North, to Laos, to Vietnam. And we were just following the path, and we've met fellow backpackers, and we're like, let's do something crazy. And we went to these waterfalls in Luang Prabang where the current was so strong and you're not allowed to be there. But I wanted to be adventurous. So like, okay, but I almost drowned and I almost died. So those guys told me, okay, let's hang out. And they were actually hitting on me. Like, okay, we saved your life. You owe us a drink. It's like, okay. And I told my siblings, like, I can't afford for the three of us to party. So you stay at home and I'm going to go out. Like, I will only shoulder your accommodation, but not the beers. I was like,
you're on your own if you want to party.
Yeah, for party it's just me, but like I owe them. I'm gonna treat them like the flight tickets and stuff. But the beer is leisure, so it's not included. Anyway, and then that night, those two guys were so drunk, and I've met Jonathan's friend. Like we were at the bar, and the guy was showing off. I was like, oh God, I don't want to date this British guy, but like I not date or just do something with this guy tonight just because he saved my life. And then Jonathan's friend arrived, and they were like, oh, that guy is like, he's talking about the guy who's hitting on me, like, oh, he's quite weird and stuff. And I was like, join us in the table. And he was with Jonathan, and he started talking to me. He's like, thank you. You saved my life from these people who saved my life. And Jonathan and I started talking about travels, that he quit his job, and like other travelers who like taking a break or on a gap year and will be returning back in the UK or returning back in the US. And he's an architectural technologist back in the UK. He's older than me, like 3 years. You're 3 years older than me, right? 4 years. Okay, we might fight about that after.
All that matters is that you're younger. Doesn't matter how much.
She said they'll fight about it after.
So like and then we started talking about life, and he was like, do you want to go on a motorbike trip with me tomorrow? And I was like, okay, oh, he might have a nice bike because he's bragging about his Southeast Asian motorbike trip. It's like, okay, it's a free trip, right? It's like, I'm not going to pay for the gas. So I had told my siblings, like, I'm going to go on a free trip, but it's only a bike, a motorbike. I cannot bring you too. So you do your own thing. I'm going to go on a motorbike trip with this white monkey.
And how, I gotta ask, like, how did your siblings react to that? Did they basically just tell you were nuts, or how did they react to that?
No, because I didn't I was not in a relationship at all. I was just working and working. So like they were like, and then they saw him because he brought me back to the apartment, to the hotel, and they saw him, and he's like, says, oh, he's good looking at it. It's good genes. Just like good genes, possibly good genes. But the next day we met again. He was his motorbike, and it was like 100cc bike. You know, if you can search online, a Vietnamese Chinese bike, like a fake Honda. It was a fake Honda, right?
Honda Win.
A fake Honda Win, wherein I can walk faster than that one. Like if I decided to run, it's going, and it was the mountains, and he was like, "This is my bike." I was like, "Wow."
Thank goodness he didn't tell you before what kind of bike it was, huh?
No, he didn't. He was just like talking about, I'm traveling from Cambodia to Thailand with this bike, and we've seen this. It's like, wow, like awesome. And then the next day, it's like, oh, I think it only fits him and his bag, but not another person. So yeah, and then we kept in touch. It's just like, social media nowadays. Like he was broke already. He moved to Vietnam. He started teaching English. And I traveled with my siblings until Vietnam, and then I continued to Cambodia, and then I studied yoga. Like if my father was right that I was having quarter life crisis, I was like soul searching and stuff. And Jonathan told me, "Do you want to go to North Vietnam and another motorbike trip?" And he told me you're gonna have a better bike. So he has 120cc, 110, I think. And there's history now. Sorry, I talk fast. Yeah, that's what happened.
Wow. So have you
cute.
guys been on a motorbike trip since then?
Yeah, but now we're travel bloggers who have real bikes.
I was going to say, now he keeps upping the quality of the bike, right?
Yeah, we just drove a BMW bike.
Nice.
In Morocco, we work with Much Morocco. It's the official tourism office, and we were like, when we pitched the story, we told them like we drove a bike like this in Vietnam, and it was ugly. I hope you can change our story to a better one. So, they actually offered us 1,200cc bike, but Jonathan was like, "Ooh, that's an upgrade from 100cc." So like 700 is fine.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh, so cute.
I gotta ask you. So you kind of alluded to that, but so many people's travel style is usually like they're either luxury bloggers or they're adventure and outdoorsy. But y'all seem to like have a way of combining those two really well.
Yeah.
Tell us like how you do that and what's kind of your mantra of how to travel?
Yeah, actually, if you're gonna go to our Facebook page and other like social media portfolio, our tagline is from monkey backpackers to luxury travelers. And the main reason, like, we started blogging, we know how to sustain our life. Like, we can volunteer, we can do others. Travel blog full time is to have another source of income, and we wanted to experience luxury travel. Like we slept in hammocks, we slept in tents, we slept in train stations, and we can do all of the weird stuff. But we knew that if we're gonna go travel blogging, we wanted to experience luxury. So, the tagline. Oh, thank you for sharing there. Like from monkey backpackers to luxury travelers, and a lot of people like started following our journey. Like when we started 2014 until now, and they saw the difference. So we are showing the way of lifestyle we're in. When people tell you that, hey, you're gonna quit your job, you'll not be experiencing luxury, you'll always be broke, you'll always just be a dirty backpackers, you can't shower and stuff. We're like, no, you can quit your job and we can experience luxury travel. But we tried to still mix it. We wanted to do, we've been traveling in luxury in the States, where it's really cool to be a luxury traveler than, just a backpacker, because it's a lot of good options. But we're going to go to Central America, and we plan to go backpacking again. So we're trying to mix that thing. But we're promoting sustainable travel lifestyle.
So talk about a little bit about, I think you answered something before, so I think I'm going to move on to the next next one. But let's go back to clarifying to your followers, what are the wedding plans? I know we joke a lot about it, but what are the I know you have some wedding plans, because when you were in I think it was in California, you were actually making progress with the flower crowns, right?
It's going to be, this is a new one. The one that you saw in Israel was a different one. So this is a new set. Like my friend, she's based in California, and I told her like, hey, I wanted, she was designing flowers and stuff. And she's like, okay, I'm going to give you something for your pre-wedding, because we're going to go on a Caribbean cruise next week, 2 weeks from now. And it's going to be Jonathan's first time on a cruise. And we're like, yeah, we're going to have pictorial. We have a wedding dress. And then this one is made by my friend. But after our Israel trip, and we were so confused, and the family were asking like, what is your wedding plans? You need to have a wedding plan now, because we have to book the flight. So we told them we're going to go to California, and if I can get my marriage visa in the UK, then maybe we're going to have a small garden wedding in the UK. So the family will not be stressed out. Where are you going to get married? Because everybody keeps asking us where, and I don't know where. So I'll just go there.
Do we need to have a betting pool on where it actually ends up being?
Yeah, no, but we have a scheduled date in our UK wedding for the family. It's going to be July 12th. Because, like I have a Philippines passport, and getting a visa is so hard. So we applied when we arrived in California. After a week, I got my UK visa, marriage visa approved. But I can only enter the UK in June 1. So I can't enter. I have to get married between those. And yeah, getting married. But we have the Elvis Chapel here. They knew that we're coming, because I tweeted them, and they're like, "Yeah, get married here." But I hope my family won't see this, but it's okay. Maybe we'll see this later on. But we're gonna get married in Vegas.
Oh, you are. You are. Is Jonathan? Give a thumbs up, Jonathan, if you are there. Still.
We went to the buffet, but
okay. So I think to Kach. Okay, and the all the plans. So you have like a pre-wedding cruise, and you'll take some pictures and pretty pictures and stuff there.
It's not a pre-wedding cruise. It's like in the Philippines, it's very important to have a pre-nuptial pictorial. You know, like the cheesy pictures and stuff.
The cheesy pictures.
Well, you can't get cheesier than in Vegas with Elvis.
Yeah, but it's going to be fun. Like I'm gonna do live streaming on Facebook, and we haven't told the family, so we will be surprising them. I don't know what will be the reaction, like especially his parents.
Well, that would be fun. I think that's cool to seize the day while you're in Vegas, get the wedding chapel done. Then you have the pictorial cruise, and then next after that is the wedding. And so then, what would you do? What would you do for your honeymoon, since you guys are nomads?
I don't know, because I think we've done maybe crazy stuff, but we are thinking of going backpacking in Europe, like see as much as we can. And then I told him like, hey, afterwards, if you have little monkeys, then we can travel slowly there. For now, let's just jump into play. I don't know. We don't really have crazy plans.
They don't, and that's what makes them fun. Is that, and I think that's why your followers enjoy you as well, because you just go with the flow and you really don't make too hard of plans. And that's why it's been fun to listen to you talk about your wedding plans. Because I mean, Lori, she would literally wake up and the next day and say, you know what, Jonathan, we're going to do this. And I'm like, wait, when did the wedding location change?
Like you were in the travel, like in last trip in Israel, and David was like, I was talking to Jonathan, I think, Jonathan, we can do this. And David was like, oh, you changed our plans again. Like,
that's like so freeing. I bet so many people wish they could do that, because it takes a certain personality to be able to kind of go with the flow so much. And that's got to be so freeing that many people can't.
Yeah.
I know, Kach, you... Oh, go ahead.
I don't know, I'm listening.
So Kach, I know you have another appointment shortly after this, so we will kind of keep it close to a half an hour like we promised, but this is a part where we kind of do rapid fire questions. So I will go, Lori will go, and you kind of give a quick answer, like 10 seconds, and kind of explain why. Okay
Cool. I always block what you call that thing, but like I hear a
lot
of
blab. You like to blab on blab. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So since you're a full-time traveler, what has been your most embarrassing moment while traveling?
Oh, most embarrassing moment. Like, I think when I entered Nicaragua, like, they didn't know about my passport and they couldn't let me in. And a bus full of passengers were waiting and they're like, who is that person? And most of them are like Westerners and they can't leave because I am still stuck. So I think that was embarrassing. And I have to go there. And I said, I went to the bus and I was like crying. And I said, I'm so sorry. I'm from the Philippines and they don't know my passport. And yeah, I think that's it. But they ended up being friends and they're like, it's fine, it's fine.
Well, you did things kind of unconventionally. What is your best dating advice for others?
Oh, best dating advice. Just be yourself. I don't know, because now there's a lot of like people frowned upon, like if you are like meet someone online or like meet somebody on Tinder. It's just like, and I think just be yourself and just if you like that person, then just go pursue it. But I think it's better when you're dating at the beginning, you ask, what is our status? Like, are we a couple or we're just like fucking buddy or whatsoever? Are you just wanted to be this and that? But I think you just need to be direct to the point. So I asked Jonathan, are we a couple?
Gear gave you a thumbs up for that. He gave you a shout out for that.
Because you know what? I bet most men would love most women to say it like that. Like, which one? Which one? Come on, dude. Are we buddies or a couple?
You already get the milk, so do you still want the cow? It's like you just need.
Where's a place that you would never return and why?
Agra in India.
Why?
But it's for me because Jonathan was so annoyed with people. But I live in the Middle East, so I'm used to the like people staring at you a lot of times. And in the Middle East, like, oh, everyone's staring at me. It's fine. But in India, Jonathan had a hard time in Agra because it's like a Muslim country and it's a Muslim city, and there's a lot of tourists and stuff. But they're nice. I love the people. But like for him, he is having a hard time. Like, you know, like people staring and it's like, stop looking, you know.
Oh yeah. Staring with his white skin. It would be hard.
And people keep taking his photos like he couldn't avoid,
he's like, it's the paparazzi, they follow me everywhere.
Yeah, they're taking your photos and they don't want my photo. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna take your photo with him.
So
I know, but it's hard to miss you with your flower crown and she usually has a red poncho and then her bindi right here.
And
so
how could someone not want to take her picture? You'd be the first one.
I'm in India. I didn't have my poncho. I just got it in Turkey.
Oh.
So I just like started to make it, and then this one is new. I have another one, and I have 6 more. So
I saw them on social media. The box full of them. I thought you were going to share, but I know you better. They're all for you.
I'll send you something.
That's going to be like your signature from here on out.
Actually, nowadays, and a lot of people were asking me where I bought my poncho and my
The
flower
poncho.
crown. I told my friend Serena, hey, why don't you start your page? Like I can help you sell your flower crown, because she's like, I'm not into that. Like she doesn't need to sell things. Like no.
But Kach wants the money, so she's like, let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm gonna sell it and you create it.
I love it. So on the flip side, what's been the friendliest place you have ever met?
My favorite is Patagonia de Chile. Like we were hitchhiking for 1 month there, and we were adopted by an haciendero. So we've met him in the boat, and he asked us, "What is your plan?" It's like, we don't know. We just wanted to see glaciers. That's what we wanted. So, and he was like, okay, come message me if you don't know. And then we went to the computer shop and looking for accommodation. I was like, oh, Jonathan. And during that time, we were new travel bloggers. So we were like really backpackers and trying to spend $30 a day maximum. So, and he was like, oh, we can't afford the hotels here because it's still Chile. It's expensive. And we called the guy and he's like, okay, come over. And he has a nice house. He has a nice car. And he has this, he drove us around. He fed us. And
oh my goodness.
Places we went. I wrote an article about that, like the kindness on the road to Patagonia. And then we hitchhiked. People were like taking us and we stayed in different places. We had, it's just amazing. Like the people are just so simple. And I love that life, but it's just cold for me.
I know that eventually Jonathan wants to settle down on a grassy knoll somewhere with his farmhouse and his dogs and his animals and limited Wi-Fi is what Kach says, which would be a trouble for her. So where do you guys think you might live
That's the same
eventually.
description. We don't know where, but the same description as you said.
Just somewhere, and not cold, right?
Not
So
cold,
maybe
yeah. I need to keep my tan. So, and Johnson just wanted to. We were in Israel, and he was like, "Okay." Johnson saw the kibbutz where we had, like, he was cooking his food, and he's the happiest. Like,
he was so happy, Lori.
Oh my gosh.
He was so happy. She pointed him out to me. She was like, "Look, this is Jonathan's life. He wants to stay." And he was just cooking, and we were on a farm, and it was like, she was like, "This is," and then he's playing with all the animals, and she was like, "He is so happy," and we were like, "Yes, Jonathan wants to stay here."
And I was like, "No, we need to balance. I can't. I could stay there, but maybe if there's a beach as well, that would be good for me. But that's the kind of life he wanted. So like this year, like we both agreed because I wanted to travel like not like a lot this year. And next year he said like next year it's my turn to decide. And he just wanted to stay in a beach and just do yoga. And maybe by the time our blog is just, like it's earning passive income where we don't have to maintain it, because that's the lifestyle he wanted. Like blogging is not for his thing. So yeah.
Very cool. So I'm not assuming. Are y'all planning to have little monkeys?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing. When you have little monkeys, where is the first place you want to travel with them?
Oh, the little monkeys. We're going to bring them to India. We're going to teach them yoga. Because they'll be yogi blonde hair monkeys. But
she wants
yogi.
She wants blonde Asian monkeys. And we had this hilarious joke, and not meant to offend anybody, but Jonathan's brother said, Jonathan's more redhead than anything. And maybe I can find this picture before we go and put it in there. But so we had this fun joke of his Jonathan's brother sent him a picture of a what we called, no offense to anybody, but we were just joking, a ginger Asian, and it was the most hilarious thing. So we kept teasing her. If you take some of Jonathan's genes, the baby, you will have a ginger Asian, and we kept pulling up ginger Asian babies, which they were adorable, but it was just hilarious. There was a grown man one of it. So before you leave, I'm just gonna try to find this on
we did
the internet.
Snapchat where we swap our face, and it looks different, but it's still fine. My mom says like if you're not gonna have blonde kids, there are treatments.
Okay, let's see if this link works. I found the one.
Oh no,
guy. And let's see if the link works for the people before we leave.
No.
See.
Come on, I gotta see this.
Oh, unable to view.
Ginger Asian. Well, now I just have to go to Google and Google ginger Asian.
Well, there's this one man that came up, so I'm gonna try it again, a different one.
I hope no, Laurie. It will haunt you the whole day.
I know it is, because I'm like, man.
It was cute, but there was a cute little girl on here too.
Oh, one of our friends, Inspiring Travelers, is watching as well. Hey.
Yes, Geert.
Geert, what's up? We were on TV in Israel.
Oh yeah, you guys were on TV. Tell us about that.
I haven't seen the video. I'm gonna message the guy, but we were just eating. I was saying goodbye to him that night because he was flying the next day, and the guy was like, "There's camera," and Geert was like, "I don't want to be filmed while eating." No, kid, it's exposure. Oh no!
I saw that one. It said endangered species.
And so
I mean,
not to make fun of the guy, because apparently this is a real person, but this is what Jonathan's brother sent and said, she kept saying she wants the blonde hair, blue eye Asian, and Jonathan's brother said, "No, I think you are misunderstanding that. Jonathan may be blonde up here, but check out his beard. It's really red. He has more red, and you're going to have a ginger Asian," and sent this picture to them, and we were just having a blast.
Hey,
with it.
my husband has a red beard, but my son came out blonde. So
okay.
Yes, my husband was, what they call a towhead when he was born, but his beard's red, but my son is blonde. So you still got a chance.
Okay, I will accept the block here now. Not ginger. My mom says it.
You know what the problem is? If I ever see a ginger Asian, it's going to be trying not to bust out laughing because I'm just going to think of you, and how am I not going to offend them and go, no, it's the two
It's
monkeys.
Not you. It's the two monkeys,
Yes,
and then they'll be even more offended.
Yes, it's just going to go downhill from there. So when you see me on TV, like causing some, like, third world, I'm going to cause some kind of international crisis, and it's going to be your fault. So I didn't want you to say that.
God. We love you, Kach. I know you have to go onto your next gig as a blogger. Let's give a shout out on where people can follow you. You're going to do a Twitter chat for it.
Yeah, well, I will be doing a Twitter chat with Cheapo Air and talking about like the road trip in California. We work with Mazda. It's unexpected. Like we were driving brand new cars, which we didn't expect to do in our entire lives, but we're hoping. So we did a we did a car road trip with Mazda, and we will be talking with Cheapo Air about the Californian road trip. So if you guys are free, it's going to be 10 o'clock now, 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock New York time. So yeah, and they have.
Do you have the link where they can follow, or is it at your Twitter?
Is it your
account?
Twitter handle?
It's on Twitter, and then the hashtag is Cheapo Air Chat. So just type it out. Like if you wanted to know about the if you wanted to know about the road trip, and if you want to participate in the chat, I think they have some discount codes afterwards. Yeah, that would be awesome. And you can follow.
Okay, so we put that. So she put that over on the right side column if you're watching, and if you replay this back, you'll be able to follow along too. Even if you missed the chat, just use the hashtag and you can follow that. And then make sure you follow at number 2. So at 2 Monkeys Travel on social media, and you can see Kach and all of her adventures and keep up with the wedding. There's a lot to keep
follow
up
them
with
to see when the wedding happens. This is like, now that The Bachelor is off, you're like the new Bachelor now.
She's been trying to pitch a reality show. They would be funny.
That's it. It's the travel blogger version of Bachelor and Bachelorette. I love it.
So I have a question because I've joined Blob before, but I don't know how to embed this because I wanted to share it as well on our website and on Facebook.
I will send you the link after, so you'll be able to do that. Yep.
But I think I'm going to share it after our Vegas wedding, so the family will not be surprised.
That's right. Right. And I can't wait to see the Vegas wedding. So many things. So thanks again. I love you so much. I can't wait to see you again in person, you and Jonathan. And I will keep up with you guys on social media. And so for us, Lori, we're going to take a little hiatus for everybody who follows our TravelScope. We are rebranding and refocusing, and we will be back in a couple of months, I believe. So keep following us on social media and on our websites, and you'll be able to know when the next TravelScope hashtag Travel Tuesday will return. Any last words, Lori?
No, I just can't wait to see what we return as. It could be a ginger Asian. Who knows?
It could be a ginger Asian.
Ginger Asian now. So,
okay, yeah, I'll close that. So,
like saying goodbye.
Say goodbye to the ginger Asian. All right, thank you all for following us. And we will be back. Make sure you follow us on. You can see here when we pop up again on Blab. But the best way is to follow our social media at Davy Sutton, at Lori MacBrown, and of course the 2 Monkeys Travel when they travel all over the world. The permanent nomads. They're such adorable couple, so they're fun to watch anyways. Okay, guys. Until next time. See ya.
Bye.